Social Connections interviews. Today I'm interviewing Richard Jefts.
Juanis.
Richard, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here, Juanis.
Would you introduce yourself?
Sure. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. My name is Richard Jefts. I am the General Manager, Vice President of Digital Solutions at HCL. Digital Solutions encompasses the products you would know as Notes, Domino, Same Time, Connections, Leap, as well as DX Portal.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So we're recording this live from Chelmsford at the factory tour.
Yes.
And it's been great so far. I think they've done an amazing job at organizing this. And the information that we're receiving right now is awesome.
Great.
So we're really happy. So 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and a half ago, by now, some kind of deal closed.
That's right.
So what has that done to your chest and the weight that was on it?
Yeah, well, great question. So thank you for leading right into that, Juanis. So first and foremost, we have signed and closed the agreement with IBM to divest the portfolio that we've been talking about for the last 6 months. So we finally now have completed that divestiture, and the following products are now transitioned over to HCL. And those are AppScan, Unica, BigFix, Notes, Domino, Same Time, Connections, Commerce, and Portal. So an amazing set of software has transitioned over to us. And to really answer your question, I think for many of us here at HCL, July 1st was a moment of a little bit of an exhale of yes, we finally have completed it, and we're now able to really move forward, right? Yeah. So one piece of a lot of work has been completed, and now it's really about how do we integrate these teams into the organization, and really how do we start to message to our market, to our customers and partners, and then how do we start to actually deliver. So that, I would say there's been a little bit of a relief, but now it's time to actually start
celebration party,
executing. We did have a little bit of a celebration. Of course.
Nice.
There was a bottle of champagne opened and drank on this.
Just one.
Yeah, unfortunately. Just one.
So we see names pop up that we know. We see new names pop up on the HCL side. We see IBMers moving over. We see new people coming in from the outside. Some people we know what their role is. Others we actually don't know. There's people that we haven't seen yet. Can you tell us something about the organization?
Yeah, sure. So Digital Solutions, our approach that we're taking within each one of the products, really it's all about a two-in-the-box scenario, right? So our belief is you have to have a strong balance of the business aspect and the go-to-market aspect of it, as well as strategy. But in order to really effectively execute and deliver upon that, you need to have strong development as well. So a simple example of that, we've been fortunate as part of the divestiture that Danielle Baptiste has come over and is leading Connections from a product management, offer management perspective. And her counterpart is Andre Hagemeyer, who actually worked on Connections not more than a couple of years ago, and he's taken the lead. So there's your two-in-the-box model for Connections. And we have very, very similar approaches for digital experience, which is Brian Chappett, representing product management and offer management, and then Jason Gary as the engineering lead, and they're staying tightly coupled. And then on the Notes, Domino, Same Time, it's a broader team because of a broader portfolio, but leading that for us from a product management perspective is Andrew Manby, who many of you would know. So we've been fortunate enough to bring in some of the people that have been heavily involved in the product for quite some time, but we're also augmenting that with new people from Salesforce, from Cisco, and other companies where we're trying to bring in new thoughts and perspectives and approaches.
Which
is fantastic.
Strategy,
right?
Fresh blood.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what areas are you going to invest in, or already? I mean, you're already investing clearly, but what are you going to invest in most in the next coming months?
It's a great question. So we will continue to invest in the development organization first and foremost. So we're still hiring from a development view globally right now. I would say that the second half for us for FY19, there's going to be a lot of focus on marketing. So one of the things that we're doing is we're identifying our complete marketing strategy that identifies signature moments that we want to keep our customers and partners aware of as we're progressing towards our end journeys, right? So a good example of that, in the next 6 months, we have the first release from HCL for Portal, for DX. So 9.5 will be coming out. So you're going to see a lot of marketing around that, messaging of, what is 9.5? Why should you actually, and what is the value proposition of 9.5 to you? And then how do I actually deploy it? We're also making investments in connections. So you have a 6.5 release coming out in the second half, right? So I know the team's really excited about that. And we've now put a flag in the ground of a version 7 coming in 2020 for connections. And then we obviously have the big release for version 11 for Notes, Domino, same time. But what you're going to see from us is a plan for the next 6 months from a marketing perspective and getting out the messaging, aligning with analysts, aligning with our partners, and really driving that message globally for us. And then you'll see a broader strategy for 2020. But I would say that's where I believe we've done a good job on the engineering side. It's now time to start to propagate that message to our broader customer and markets.
Get it to the market.
You got it.
Get people to buy it.
Yeah, that would be great. That's why we're all here.
Absolutely. Yesterday in your keynote, there was a mention of, I think, an almost immediate stop of selling new smart cloud licenses.
Correct.
And the disappearance of the old smart cloud as we know it today.
Correct.
There are some rumors going on, there is tweeting and stuff like that, saying like only bringing out that message, which is a negative message, but that's not what we heard in the keynote. So I think it's an opportunity for you now to maybe clarify what the future is, because there is actually something behind it.
There is. So and thank you for the opportunity, Juanis. So look, cloud is important to us, right? And one of the things we've been doing over the last couple months is really talking to our customers, talking to partners, talking to analysts, and really getting a better understanding of what is cloud, right? And sadly, if you ask 5 people what is cloud, you're likely to get 5 different answers, right? And one of the things that we've realized is that the future for us from a cloud perspective, and it is area of an important strategy for us, is giving our customers a choice, really, right? And we don't think that from what we've seen and the data that we've seen, that there's a single cloud option, right? And so what we believe is the right approach is to provide our customers with an opportunity to have a private cloud where they can have it containerized, hosted, managed by anyone they want. It could be you, it could be me, whomever. A partner-led cloud where we leverage strategic key partners in very specific geos to provide our offers, right? And we've heard feedback from compliance, GDPR, just location-wise, that's a model that we believe is going to be really important for our customers. And then the final one is an HCL cloud. And for us, on the HCL cloud, you're going to see a heavy focus on connections, which I know is top to your mind, and then apps in the cloud, right? Okay. And for us, I think it's important for our community to understand that first and foremost, cloud is critical to us. It's something that we are going to invest in. The challenge that we had was, as we analyzed the existing cloud instance, it really wasn't the cloud for the future for us. And so we have made the difficult decision to end of life the SCN cloud. The announcement went out yesterday, and we're now working with our customers and partners on the transition and migration strategies.
Yeah, so nobody should be worried. I mean, everything's going to be transitioned and migrated, and there will be opportunities to stay not in the same infrastructure.
Correct.
But the service will keep on being offered somewhere, either by HCL, either by partners, or by yourself.
Correct, exactly.
Yeah, so there is no reason to worry at all.
Yeah, well, you summed it up better than I did.
Just somebody else's computer.
Well, and interesting enough, the feedback we've gotten so we've reached out to many customers who are on the cloud today. The feedback we've gotten from them is they just want SaaS.
Yep.
Right? So for them, as long as it's seamless, and that they don't have to worry about servers anymore and infrastructure, but they can focus on their people and their customers. That's what they really want. So we are in the process of building out that strategy and starting to execute, and you'll hear a lot more from us related to the cloud.
Good. Last topic.
Yes.
User groups.
Yes.
So What's HCL's approach towards user groups?
Great
Especially
question.
You don't have like a big yearly conference running.
Right. Yeah.
So does that affect how you look at user groups?
I think it does. I really do. And it's a great question, right? I think not having a large show requires us to stay very focused on our existing user groups, identifying new user groups, identifying the right type of content and the right speakers, based on what the expectations are of those users. I can tell you that first and foremost, I believe that we're super fortunate that we have a strong community. So we have a lot of users groups, and interesting enough, and you know this as well, is that over the last 3 to 4 months, we're starting to see user groups come back, right?
Very interesting.
Yeah, right. So for us, that's a great message, and it's a great data point of we're doing something right.
It's trust, I think.
We're starting to build that credibility back once, right?
So.
And I think that's a long journey, but we've taken the right steps.
It's what we feel like. Okay, the deal is close 2 weeks, but we've been dealing with HCL for a while now, and we've seen that they deliver, and I think that creates a trust in whatever they tell us now.
Yeah,
it makes sense that it's coming back.
Yeah, well, I can assure you that we take that trust and credibility seriously. We know how quickly it can go away, and we know how hard it is to get.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. But you will see in user groups from us a continued investment, a continued presence. I believe that Social Connections is a user group that we plan on leveraging as our launching pad for more insights into Connections version 7, more insights into what we're doing around 6.5. And I think that event itself is a fantastic opportunity for us to push out that message globally, and then while at the same time leveraging it as that launching pad to start to get more momentum going, right? So you saw us do similar with Domino and the progress that we had there. We are literally going to take a similar approach and leverage the framework that we've established and take it and put it on top of DX and Portal as well as Connections.
Yep. So what we've seen from a user group perspective is that we show up on the roadmap, on the timeline. So we are part of the communication strategy and go-to-market strategy as a user group. We've never experienced this before, and it feels good. It feels that the trust is both ways. No, that's awesome.
I appreciate that, Wannes. You folks are critical to our success. So you will see, we will be very transparent about who we're working with, why we're working with them, and what the benefits are to our customers and partners.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate having you here. Thank you. Thank you.